little swerve ball. Would a competition, like say you had the cup and it was the real Offside Cup.
Yeah, I like the name of that.
But all of the Premiership teams, Championship teams, they can blood their youngsters.
Yes.
And you're allowed, say, a maximum of 2 first squad players to ever play. Other than that, they've got to be reserve players.
We kind of have a competition that's kicking around now, which hasn't been very successful.
But something that's more serious, where you could have, for instance, Christian Eriksen and Kane playing, but the rest of them are development players that are coming through. So you get a chance to showcase the youngsters coming through, because otherwise they're getting forgotten, aren't they? Because you've got to buy success.
I think they've tried to do that this season with in a cup competition, but it hasn't quite worked out because, again, when you are fielding that team, no one's really going to come out on a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock after work to go and watch a bunch of kids that they don't know. Do you know what I mean? Play a bunch of other kids that they don't know. Which for me,
just put it like Rick says, do it for free, do it for a £5.
And that's something that the clubs have to look at because, the homegrown talent ain't going to get the opportunities and the chances that they deserve to play in the Premier League because of the rewards are so huge. So the managers have to go for ready-made players, so which means as a kid at Arsenal or Liverpool or Tottenham, when do you get that opportunity? So you're going to have to pick, the manager's going to have to pick your games. It's going to be the League Cup, the FA Cup, or some sort of other competition which comes secondary to the main competition, And as a player, and speaking to my guy yesterday, he's sitting there thinking to himself, well, I want to try and get Man City in the next round because I want to test myself. We played Watford and I didn't really get tested. So he now wants to see how good he is because he knows he's got all the potential. I know he's got all the potential. But if he doesn't get them opportunities to play at that level, is he ever going to fulfill that potential? And this is what's happening with it now.
It's probably the same with your game though, Rick. We've got comedians coming through, actors. How do they ever get the chance? Because you must have seen some actors or comedians you thought, this boy is brilliant and he's never made it.
Do you know what? People, that's why what really gets to me is when you get a footballer or an actor or anyone in the media or anyone who's got to a high level, when they start getting above their station and thinking there's something really special.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you now, for every great footballer you see, there'll be a kid somewhere
who's better
in some little village kicking around a grapefruit or something. It would never, ever, it'd have to be a big grapefruit, having said that, but never, ever get the chance to even do that. With sportsmen and with actors, with whatever, they're not curing cancer. They've got an opportunity to do something that they really love doing. And they need to keep grateful. It's very important. I've said grateful instead of grateful.
You almost
say
grateful.
I know what you meant, Rick.
You knew what I meant, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sort of quite passionate about that. I really think it's really, really important that you remember there's a lot of people don't get the chance. And every time we get an opportunity to give people a chance, we should do that. And that's what we were saying earlier, in a very...
But then let me ask you something then, Rick. Yeah. Every opportunity to give someone a chance. Let's go back to the football.
Yeah.
So, as a manager, when would you... what game would you pick to give your youngsters a chance?
What game would it...
So, for example, what competition? What competition? So, you got the Premier League, which is number one for me. Then you've got the Champions League, which is very, very close to that. Which everybody wants to vie for. Then FA Cup, then the League Cup, then some other cup, as Rob says, the Rumbelows Cup. So as a manager, you have to look at that because you're not just bound to the loyalty of your players. You got a job which is to get your team to keep winning and into the big competition.
It's one of them vicious circles. You'll never know until. And I think what happens is until you try something different, and it's not a problem. But and I know if things are going well, you don't try and fix it.
Yeah.
So if you've had half a dozen wins on the trot, or and things are going well and your team's looking good, because and I know it's not necessarily about individual players.
Yeah.
It's about how players work with each other.